Hello, and welcome to the TOCA Monday Night News stream, the third stream of the year.
Third.
Remember how we were doing really good at being like professionals for like a month last year?
Chronic illness is a hell of a thing, and we're very tired people.
Yeah. So anyway, January is a rough time to be an internet content creator because ad money's down and a lot of people are still on there. Like, I'm going to use less social media resolutions.
They've made
Those will break down over the course of the next week or so.
Yeah.
Things I think like slowly start getting better into February, and then we can expect things to be like marginally okay then. But yeah, we've got a lot we want to do this year. Got a lot of cool stuff lined up. We don't really know how much of we're going to be able to do, but one of the very cool things we're going to be doing very soon is in February. Cecilia, can you pull up the exact dates?
Yes.
In February, we're doing a series of talks. We're hosting TikTok creators from various marginalized communities to talk about the way that TikTok treats them on the platform, because TikTok has hosted these kind of like roundtable discussions with creators from particular marginalized communities before, and they've gone completely off the rails every time because TikTok doesn't actually want a room full of creators telling TikTok what's wrong with TikTok. So we think if TikTok's not in the room, that conversation may be more productive. And we're doing that in partnership with Arizona State University. I'm very excited about it. We got a bunch of really good creators lined up. Cecilia, do you have those dates?
The exact dates are February 26th is going to be our Black Creators panel. February 27th is going to be our Disabled Creators panel. March 5th is going to be our Fat Creators panel, and March 6th is going to be our Queer Creators panel.
Awesome.
And I cannot emphasize. A couple of people who said yes, we were like, this is a stretch, but we'll see if they say yes, and then they did. We're like, oh, holy shit, okay, this is real now. It's very exciting. They're genuinely wonderful people. They're all really thoughtful people with a fair amount of experience sort of like creating content for audiences, creating educational content, talking to people, and communicating complicated ideas in really concise and interesting ways. So I'm very, very excited to hear what they have to say. And that whole process is underway now. We're sending out the forms and everything. It's very real. It's getting very real now. But we are doing that. We have a couple of other things planned that we can't talk about because we're not going to know for months at this point. And we also want to keep doing this, bringing new news, doing things like assembling an actual newsletter. We're sort of publishing in the TOCA Discord a little monthly bulletin of here's what it's like online for this month based on our prior experiences and sort of social media as a whole. We would really love it if we would be able to sort of go through the news from the last month, break down what's going to be affecting your experience this month and the coming months, and really do something much more detailed. But that requires money. So if you want to help support us, we do have a Patreon, and I'm gonna. What is the Nightbot command? Because we have forgotten. Oh, wonderful!
Patreon.
It's finally just Patreon. We have a Patreon. If you would like to support us, please support us at a level that you can sustainably support us at. We have suggestions for how you can do that on our Patreon. We don't want anyone giving too much money. We're a labor organization, please. We're trying to get you money. And we also have this year
as a labor, we're also a mutual aid organization. And mutual aid means that if you are a part of that organization, sometimes it's important for you to be the one giving the aid. And if you have the money to spare, we all thrive as a community when we are all putting resources in. And we, three of us, and the other TOCA mods are putting a lot of resources in. And would really love help with that in many ways. We'd be asking for more volunteers, but we honestly right now just don't have the administrative capacity to like tell people what to do.
I'm so tired. Remember that joke about chronic illness at the top? That was like not a joke. We're just chronically ill and tired people. Part of the reason we're like TikTok is treating us bad is because we're all adults with chronic illnesses of one kind or another, or disabilities of one kind or another. And we've just learned like when workplaces are treating you bad. Like I feel like we were the adults in the room saying like, wow, this feels like the last abusive workplace I was in.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's the same reason that like a lot of OnlyFans creators are disabled. Making internet content is one of the more accessible jobs that a person can have.
Except for when TikTok decides that you are not worth seeing.
Yeah, well, accessible is one thing. Functional as a potential source of income is another.
You know. Oh, Sadie opened the door. Okay. If you hear noise, I can't stop it. Oh, yes. Also, hello, TikTok Live. If you want to talk to us, we are over on twitch.tv/official TOCA. I didn't say anything to them. I just turned that on and I was like, goodbye. I put a note on there to join the conversation this time. So extremely professional this week. What is happening in the TikTok news?
So I've got a couple stories pulled up. They're not great. Not as in like terrible news, but as in just like not very good stories. Not the kind of thing that we care a whole lot about. But the first thing I want to do is ask you guys, because Argid, I don't remember if you were, but Cecilia, I know you were there for Thursday's stream when Max was catching up on all of the TikTok news for the last year. Was there anything in that stream that I didn't know about? Because I was out of town, which is why I wasn't.
Excitedly told you about this in the mod meeting, but I want to excitedly, if anyone else wasn't here, the joy that this gives me. A TikTok moderator is suing TikTok. It is a class action lawsuit, and the suit claims that TikTok is not taking adequate care of its moderators. It's not providing them with adequate supports. It's not giving them adequate mental health care. In reading the article, in reading the terrible statement that TikTok put out, in reading the sort of like bits and pieces that the moderator has actually put out there herself, it does appear as though TikTok is under the impression that if it burns through moderators, so what? We're trying to automate anyway.
Yeah.
And clearly, one, that's not working, and two, like it just because you're trying to automate doesn't mean that you don't have a problem right now. I think it was definitely a problem of like passing the buck down to the next person until this happened. So I am very excited to see how this pans out. I think TikTok should have to pay a very large settlement to any moderator that has suffered at the hands of TikTok. The law firm that they've got on board is the law firm that I think it had a 2018 lawsuit on behalf of the Facebook moderators, and they won. They got a huge settlement. So that bodes well. They clearly have someone who knows what they're doing. But yeah, and it's a class action lawsuit, so anyone can join. So I really hope more people join.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the person that did that H3H3.
It is not. It does not appear to be the same person. No.
Okay, thank you, because that's my last thought about actual paid staff moderator for them. Yeah.
No, it doesn't appear to be the same person. They might have been emboldened by the idea that someone from TikTok who was actually a paid on-staff moderator went on H3 and openly talked about some of their practices. I don't know that we've ever gotten confirmation that person legitimately worked at TikTok for the time period that they state they worked, or I don't even know if we know how long they worked for TikTok. Nothing was, it wasn't, this is like not a jab against H3H3. It's just they are not journalists.
Right.
So I don't know how much verification happened, and they haven't really spoken about how much verification happened. It's still interesting, and I encourage everybody to go listen to that episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually one of the things that we want to work on putting out resources for, just in general, is guidelines on how to gather information about things social media platforms are doing in a way that like maximizes the credibility of that information.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we find ourselves in a situation as an organization where like we're listening to the people who are talking about a problem, and like what we're feeling is like, we believe you. It would be ridiculous to think that this is all happening as like a coincidence. Like there's
Right.
no credible argument that this is not a real phenomenon that's happening to you. We also can't take this to anyone the way you've presented it to us, because you've given us no actual evidence that can't be very easily dismissed by pointing out things that you just could have screenshotted to dismiss it, to like contradict it, but you didn't.
It feels so...
And it feels bad telling somebody you need evidence.
It feels remarkably shitty to have someone come to you and say things that have happened. Like, people will tell me things happened to them on the app that have happened to me. And I will say to them, do you have screenshots of this? What do you have? And there's no evidence. And I have to say, I am so sorry. You can like log the incident, but when I actually go through and sort of sort through which file, which like lines on the spreadsheet are the ones we want to hand a journalist, it will not be that line, because there won't be any evidence to back it up. I literally have no reason to not believe you. I've experienced it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the Washington Post has every reason to not, because they're not on the platform every day. They don't know.
Yeah, and like realistically speaking, like we are on the platform every day, and we do have a pretty good sense of like which things seem more likely to be actual phenomena and which things are like confirmation bias. But like there are a lot of possible statistically emergent phenomena that will look like suppression if you're looking for it, or that will look like targeted suppression if you're looking for it, that are not. And like we talk about things that fall into that category, like spam liking is my favorite punching bag. Spam liking helps your videos. It helps your account. It's good for your account. So many people think spam liking is bad for you because it's just easy to tell when somebody spam liked your account. So if you see a spam like and then you have a bad day on your videos, it's easy to see that as a reason that spam liking damages your account. But like that correlation is not actually evidence.
It's very hard to get people to admit to the fact that the human beings are really, really good at finding patterns where there aren't any, because we want to see them and make sense of the world.
Yes.
It is like a fundamental thing that people have to come to grips with, is like, no, we're good at finding patterns where there's nothing.
Right. But like counter to that point, the trend of content creators getting their accounts getting like content violations for talking about the existence of other videos that contain content that violates community guidelines.
Yeah.
That is like, we have enough evidence to like that internally as an organization, we believe that's a real thing. We don't have enough evidence to be able to prove that to a journalist. And that's a tough place to be in, because it means that we have to sort of say the same kind of thing that we don't want, that just feels bad to say to somebody, like, oh, you're experiencing this kind of systematic oppression when you interact with this major organization. Prove it. Like,
I hate it. Thanks.
Yeah, it sucks.
I am working on a form so we can at least direct people to the specific screenshots that they need in order to prove this kind of thing. It's just a matter of slowly directing people to like the exact same couple of things and getting them in the habit of screenshotting everything all the time.
Yeah, and that's like a lot of what we're doing is just working on improving those pipelines so that we can get higher quality data, so that we can do more with the data we get.
Yeah.
Because we have open email threads with journalists from major publications where if we had a chunk of data that was yeah, you can run a statistical analysis on this and get a definite answer out of it, we could just hand it to them and that story would happen.
Right? This is this also depends on there's a couple of things at play, and we could have the whole conversation about do more established media outlets want to talk about TikTok, or do they have to introduce the concept of TikTok every time they have to talk about TikTok because their reader base doesn't understand what's going on there? And then the story has to be watered down in order for them to get it. There are a number of problems that we are up against. So the clearer the data, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone commented over here, what is the static? I live in New York City and radiators are loud. Thank you. I will be mean in the chat if I must. Don't discriminate against my shitty radiator. All right. Tell me of the not so good. Well, it's not. Tell me of the less important news, Watson.
All right. So this one I want to talk about just because I want to talk about what these kinds of numbers mean and don't mean. What we've got, TikTok's highest earners rake in more than 55 million in 2021.
How many? How many of them?
Let's find out. Many internet stars are using their newfound fame to pivot into television, film, and other money-making endorsements. Today's biggest TikTok teens are capitalizing on their internet fame, and this year's top 3 earners, according to Forbes, are dancer Charli D'Amelio, her musician sister Dixie D'Amelio, and actress and influencer Addison Rae. The top TikTok earners on the platform, which also includes celebrities Bella Poarch, Josh Richards, Chris Collins, and Avani Gregg, made over 55.5 million collectively. That's triple what the top creators earned last year. I have no idea who any of these people are.
Isn't the Chris person? Isn't that Call Me Chris person?
Sorry, you were both talking and I didn't understand either of you.
Chris Collins, isn't it that young lady with the blonde hair that does the faces or whatever?
Isn't that the young lady with the blonde hair? Is that not 80% of the TikTokers that earn money actually earn money?
Okay, so is Chris Collins the
it's Call Me Chris,
the Russian mom and wine mom lesbian romance?
No.
What? I am on this platform every day and I don't have context.
I think, is that one? No, that's...
She does impressions. Call Me Chris.
I believe you. I
don't know. Call Me Chris does impressions, but I'm just not sure.
I don't know whether
that's the same. If Chris Collins is that same person. I'm so shit with names. Can't you see the avatar in my head?
Yes. Where are they earning this money?
See, that was my question too, because I hear that number and I'm through TikTok? I doubt it.
It's absolutely not through TikTok.
They don't make the money on TikTok directly, but these teens are using their TikTok fame to pivot to TV.
There it is.
Addison Rae starred in Netflix's He's All That, a teen comedy based on the 1999 film She's All That, where a popular student makes over a nerd just in time for prom. The remake was one of Netflix's most popular titles over the summer, and that landed Addison Rae a deal with more future movies with the streaming company. On another streaming platform, Hulu, the D'Amelios broke into the reality TV world and debuted The D'Amelio Show, which follows the family as they navigate their newfound fame. On top of these spin-offs are recording deals, makeup lines, and sponsorships from companies like Hollister, Amazon, and these do not sound like a coherent set of companies. I would not put Hollister, Amazon, and Google in a list as similar companies on any list.
Hollister doesn't belong there.
Does
Hollister have a web services program?
No, they just have people looking pretty, right?
Yeah,
that's their goal. So they're trying to find the youths to cater to the other youths in the advertising. Hello, fellow young people.
This is the kind of headline that leads, especially teenagers, to believe that there is money in content creation. And there is not just money, it's not just livable wage money, that it's really, really good money. It is elevate me out of my current like economic class kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's just not true. Do you know how much I pulled from the Creator Fund for the month of November? $36.
Ooh,
36.
pay those bills.
Like, this is when this is with an account of I'm at 266,000 people. And on, I don't know how many views I get on average because I just stopped looking at analytics because at this point I don't care. And I can't do that to myself again. But the concept of like I had a decent month and I earned $36. And and I have a large following. It's taken a long time to build, and I also know how to like negotiate contracts and get paid outside of this and do other stuff. And you are telling teenagers like, yeah, but look at these guys. They earned a grand total, 3 people, $55 million.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them had a TV show. 2 of them, the D'Amelios both, had a TV show. They had a Hulu deal. That's a huge amount of money.
I also wonder if that's like actual real accounting numbers, or if that's the same sort of
that's gross income. That's gross income. That's not accounting.
Okay.
That's not revenue. That's their gross income. So that's not how much they paid in taxes. That's not accounting for how much they have to pay to upkeep their entire life. That's not accounting for how much they have to pay for all.
Sorry, is that whole like, oh, well, so-and-so on YouTube is clearly worth this much money or has earned this much money due to metrics and numbers and math. And it's not correct. Like, I'm just sorry.
This is the other thing. It
is in reality versus.
It's always an estimate. This kind of thing is always an estimate as well. The hard numbers that we have are sort of like, at this point, probably semi-outdated, leaked numbers of like TikTok's ad deck that they gave advertisers at a convention and somebody just like put online.
Yeah.
But these are the kind of people that are booking those like $30,000 topside ad spots and earning whatever portion of that $30,000 that the advertiser pays. That rate has probably gone up. It's probably more like $50,000 now. But we don't know what percentage of that goes to the talent. We have no idea.
I was able to figure out who Chris Collins is. It is Call Me Chris.
There.
I believe you. Again, I believe you. I see only my friends, people telling me interesting things, and absolutely batshit crazy videos, and that's it. I don't. Nothing else.
She's the only person on the list of famous TikTokers who I follow. She does a series where it's about like what I believe the name of the series is What I Imagine It's Like to Have Kids. And it's just like several different, I think mostly single mothers, and their children in like a sort of like 60-second soap opera.
Little skits, right?
And she plays all the characters. And the big development in the storyline over the past few months has been that the main wine mom is dating the Russian murder mom.
I mean, good for her, first of all.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like 10 out of 10, great representation.
Wonderful. Second of all, the amount of effort I know that content takes, get the fucking money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think she deserves it. Also, I just want to I just want to say this just because it goes through my mind every single time we do one of these conversations about famous TikTokers, but every single time I hear Addison Rae's name, I think that we're talking about Addison Grace.
Yeah, no, the only reason why I know they're not the same person is because of having that kind of meme come across my FYP a while back.
Yeah, no, and just like every single time I was like, yeah, good for him. And then like, no, it's the other one. The one I don't even recognize.
Different.
Because there's only 2 people named Addison ever.
That's the truth. No, there's 3 people because there's also the coworker of mine who got fired from the AFM, and then I had to take over his job.
Well, see, they don't count. They're just an NPC. Like
yeah,
us.
But I think about him all the time because he fucked up so bad. I've never seen someone fuck up that bad at their job before.
I mean, I think
okay, understandable.
The implication I was making is that there are only 2 famous people named Addison who got their start on TikTok.
That's true.
Call me Chris. She did the teeny tiny little hands that you put on the fingers.
Yeah.
That's what I know her from. Because she just would not get off my FYP, and it was because my sister was liking the shit out of her entire profile. I go, Anna.
The way in which TikTok gets so segmented and so specialized, that there are so many people out there with like 1 million followers that I have never had any contact with.
Yeah.
The concept of that is so buck wild to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it's possible.
It's honestly this really like cool vibe though, that like there are people with millions of followers who I never see. And then there are people with like 7,000 followers who all of my friends follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're great.
There's like 3 new to me creators that my FYP will not stop showing me. And it's because they are either duetted/stitched constantly by other people I follow, or there's a good deal of people who are following. Because I went and I spied on their list a little bit. I mean, they have too many followers to really look through the whole thing, but they have at least 5 people following them that I also am friends with. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I understand you really want me to like their content. I'm sorry, I'm not interested.
Can I
this is just one
briefly just have a moment that now that TikTok, just to bitch about the UI, now that TikTok TikTok has the little bar that pops up of like you having mutuals in common with someone, but it's not mutual. It's just like people follow this person.
Yes.
But it won't let you see.
Yes, it won't let you expand. Oh,
Can I say, I really hate that they do that with people who is like, this person follows these people you follow. Like, yeah, no shit. I follow a lot of cool people. Why would so many people fit that description?
We are especially you and I are in the same network of people. Like we are highly interconnected. We have a lot of mutuals that are the same mutuals. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that follow both of us and also other people we follow because we know each other. Because sometimes we do dumb drunk Shakespeare together. Like, what do you think? I hate it.
It really shows when TikTok designs a feature, and like it's fine that they do this. It's not a bad thing for TikTok to not only cater to content creators, but like it really shows when they were only thinking about like casual users and not thinking about content creators at all when they implement a new feature.
True. Oh God. Yeah.
The amount of times I've gone to click on that and then I accidentally click on Stitch or Duet or some other caption or the name of somebody who's been tagged in it, which
like
after talking about how much I hate that, I really do like the 5 people, 2 people.
I just want to know.
Thing.
I think the really vivid one to me is like your mutual also commented on this video you commented on.
Makes me want to die. It makes me want to die. Every time I see someone I know comment on a video that I also commented on, also probably with a similar comment half of the time. No. Why would
I also want to know.
The thing is, like,
why
I
do
get
they
that.
Show or not show that? I have never gotten that, and none of my other.
Rolled out to you yet.
Yeah, I don't know, but like If I comment on one of Cecilia's videos, then every time Cecilia responds to somebody's comments on those videos, I get a notification saying Cecilia commented on this video you commented on.
Mm-hmm.
So I get like 100 of them.
Yep. If I am active in a comment section and I am talking to people like a good little content creator, it's like, would you like to punish every single one of your mutuals right now?
Oh my God.
I believe it was my friend Raven, who is also my real life friend, sent me a message that said, if you comment on that fucking video of yours again, I'm going to kill you.
And the thing that drives me so crazy about that too is trying to follow a conversation in the comment section is literal hell on earth. And yet here they are saying, hey, join the conversation. And I'm like, you know what? You can eat, you know what? I'm not going there.
I am in a place with it where it's just like, you know what? Let the asshole write their manifesto. I don't care anymore. I will take somebody's 4-paragraph long breakdown of why Severus Snape is actually a good fucking person over that same person commenting over and over in disjointed sentences that sometimes don't link up right because they forgot to put an and or like something capitalized or they like kind of forgot what they were saying. Like I will happily just delete that little essay and block that person and be done with them forever instead of having to like real time figure out when they're done so I can delete everything and I won't miss any of their like stupid fucking comments.
Yeah, no, this is one of the things I really love about having filter all comments turned on is like
I'm thinking about it.
I just wake up in the morning, open it up, and if somebody decided that they have a problem with me that night, they did not get the opportunity while I was sleeping to pick a fight with another one of my followers and generate a 300 comment long thread.
I still, every time with those, every single time I think of that that TikTok that Kavatica did a while ago. In this essay, I will
just. I mean, the thing that's been a relief for me is like adding certain people that get tagged in my comments all of the time to the comment filter and just being like, we're giving each other a break. This is a gift to both of us. Like, and I own that openly. And I've actually had conversations with 2 of the people whose like handles I have blocked. And they were like, oh yeah, I can do that. That's fine. You won't get mad. I was like, no, please. I'm tired of getting tagged in your comments and you are tired of getting tagged in mine. We see each other.
We don't need to have this conversation on live, but I want to know who the other people are.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. I'm not going to tell you now.
Oh, come on, spill the tea.
I mean, there was the other, and people don't know who are mutuals unless they interact a lot on the platform. And so, like, Jess, Bloodbath and Beyond, Jess duetted one of my videos and did the new style of duet you can do where you're just essentially reposting that person's video on your account and you wanted to stay there forever. And Jess and like multiple people in the comments were like, wow, this is a crossover event I didn't expect to see. And Jess and every single one of those went down and said, we have been mutuals for over a year. We've known each other for quite a while now. But they don't know.
Or like a slightly similar phenomenon. Every time TOCA posts a video about some research I did, promoting it to TOCA members on the TOCA account.
Stealing TX Watson's content. Yeah, we are.
Or like people tagging me in TOCA videos of me saying, hey, this account stole your video.
I'm truly about to start replying to those comments with like, yep, we did. This is a plagiarism account and like a thumbs up. Like I'm so tired. It used to happen with me all the time where people would tag me in videos I had just finished captioning and posting of my face, and then I would go back to my account and they'd be like, Cecilia, this account is taking your content.
Cecilia, that comment response would be very funny. Please don't do it. You know the internet's reading comprehension.
And it's like, it makes you want to do a video, just be like, by the way, a person can have more than one account. And also, by the way, this is me. And like, this is when you find out that your parents aren't just mom and dad, that they do have real
Your
personal.
parents actually do other stuff.
Yeah, I think the last one that we were talking about making for the TOCA account, I literally just like sent a message on a Discord server somewhere that says I'm TX Watson and I approve of this message.
Yeah.
So that whoever makes that video can screenshot it and put it in the video.
No, you don't understand. I have that screenshotted and now it's saved to my files, so I can just put that on shit whenever I want. Because I know you're fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, I know you will find that funnier than like upsetting. I will just put it on stupid shit. I will start signing off my videos with I'm TX Watson and I approve this message.
You know, that does feel very like the vibe for me, because I did just make a new professional Twitter. Like, I renamed my private Twitter because I went private on my Twitter, and then made a new Twitter that is just at TX Watson. That is public. Nothing's posted there yet, but the bio says the views presented here are not my own and represent only the views of my past and present employers.
I really think that that's one of your finest works. Is truly just you saying everything I say here is a reflection of my past employers. Yeah, the like making pin, you know. I'm sorry, my coworker just sent me a message at 8:30 p.m. I feel like I need to call her after this and be like, "Hello, you need to take a break." Yeah, the concept of TikTok really teased us with the concept of pinned comments, like anyone was going to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are so many things on the platform, but sometimes it's the user's fault.
I was about to suggest something else that might work, but then it occurred to me. Do you guys remember, Cecilia, you might remember a long time ago, like really early in my account, I made a video about manipulative calls to action. And my friend Ruby Does Politics did an intro clip for me where she was pretending to be a person doing a manipulative call to action. And it was like, it was something to the effect of stop scrolling. People are using TikTok to organize hate crimes against LGBT content creators. And then it cuts to me and I'm like, hold on, let's talk about that. By the way, thank you, Ruby, for recording that for me. Written on the board was the text, like something to the effect of, that was a video recorded by Ruby to demonstrate this point. And then I ended the video with, thanks again to Ruby, who recorded that clip for me. And then I also posted in the comments, Ruby Does Politics recorded this clip for me as a demonstration so that I didn't have to use like a real person's clip. And like dozens of people in the comments were like calling Ruby out for being a terrible person. And then telling me when I corrected them, because I corrected every single one of them, telling me that I didn't do enough to make it clear that she was just doing a bit. Like there's no threshold, like there's no amount of communication that will get through to people.
No.
It's that scene in Clerks where the girl asks, how much does this cost? And she's standing in front of the billboard with like 1,000 messages about the cost.
That's quite literally it. That is, it doesn't, like, if you've ever worked in retail, it doesn't surprise you when people are just that level of oblivious. But like every day I log onto this app and I have at least one comment where I'm like, I presented this information to you several times in several ways. Is this willful? Do you want to fight me?
The thing that surprises me is not that people miss it. It's the defense, like the anger people get. Like, yeah. I understand that I should understand this, that this should make sense to me because I know how people are. But that people will respond to, oh, this information actually was available to you with, well, you didn't do a good enough job. Like,
Maybe you didn't do a good job.
I made a video about the minimum wage, and at one point I quoted like what a living wage is for an American, and on the board written behind me, what in giant letters was livingwage.mit.edu for the statistics I used for the information. And somebody commented, "You just pulled that number out of your ass. Like, it's really not okay for you to just make numbers up like that." And I said, I got it from the MIT living wage calculator, and they responded, "Well, you should have put like a citation in for that, like to communicate where you got this information." And I responded, first of all, TikTok as a format doesn't really support citation, so I don't think that's a realistic expectation. But also, you're making this criticism about literally the only piece of information in this video I did cite.
It's fine. I'm so tired. No, but there are moments where it is. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly what happens. I block on a hair trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've told you, I once blocked a guy because he was just like a little too enthusiastic about Dane Cook in the year of our Lord 2021. Like, it was just a weird moment for this guy. Yeah, and it was just like he made some comment, and I don't know how. I have it screenshotted somewhere. I couldn't tell you how the subject of Dane Cook came up. We were talking about what the fuck movie is it that Smash Mouth's All-Star was actually written for, not Shrek. What?
Oh, a Mystery Man.
Thank you. And
You're welcome. It's one of my favorite movies.
It's such a good movie. Dane Cook has a cameo in it. It's like very early career Dane Cook, and the guy brought up like, "Oh, Dane Cook has a cameo in it." I love Dane Cook. He's so funny. And like someone commented like, "Still?" And he was like just really quite genuine about his love for Dane Cook, and I just blocked him because I was like, I don't know what this energy is, and I don't feel comfortable with it. I just need it out of here. Dane Cook guy, I'm just sorry that I blocked you so fast. It was just a very weird experience for everyone in that comment section.
Yeah.
I had a weird experience recently that one of my mutuals was listing accounts that they really like, that they like recommend everybody go and follow. And I went and checked, and one of them I had blocked. So I unblocked them, and now they show up on my For You page like every other video. It's like showing me all of their stuff. Cool. And I don't want to follow them because I don't know what they said, but they said something at some point that made me want to block them.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that I've actually blocked because I got so tired of the FYP flooding me with them. I'm like, I understand that you want me to really be engaged with this person, but guess what? They just don't do it for me. You got it wrong, Magic 8 Ball. Shut up. Try again.
I occasionally wish that like I could actually give a reason for the block so that when I go look at the block list, it could be like I could have the distinction between annoying and transphobe. You know, like I need, like like genuinely dangerous human being, and like
it would be great if the block list just stored the comment that you clicked on their profile from.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because there have been a number
linked back to your report if you reported them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I wish it would take me back to just like show me the comment. Just tell me what I did, because there have been times where I've blocked people over very petty things, and I could probably unblock them, but I don't have context and I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to be able to scroll through my block list and just go, that wasn't fair. I was having a bad day.
Yeah,
that's stalkery, and I don't want to encourage it.
Yeah,
that one's fine.
I've gone through my blocked list once or twice, but thankfully a lot of them make sense because they have like Patriot in the name. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
That's if I see that like thin blue line profile picture anywhere, I just block them as a precaution.
Yeah, no,
I always double check now though, because there's some people that put a trolley one in it that when you click on it, it just says, "Haha, fooled you."
No, you know what?
They get blocked too.
That's not a game we're playing. That's not a game we're playing.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter if if that's your approach to using that kind of symbol, then you're
blocked. I'm tired.
yeah. But I mean, that's just the fucking 4chan like plausible deniability bullshit. Like
No, I'm not playing that game. No.
Haha, you're a fool for thinking that I was ever serious about any of my politics. Like, no, whether you're serious about your politics doesn't matter.
Get out.
The line was just a red herring.
It's like the main lesson from Batman is just because you're doing it as a joke doesn't make it okay.
Yep.
And I know they've all seen Batman, every single one of those.
I do really wish that was the way that the Joker was used in Batman media.
Yeah.
Because it's a much more interesting and useful moral than the way that he's used most of the time.
Yes.
I love that Lex Luthor sound is trending again. Lex, you're having a bad day. At least you can find out who the Flash is. Takes off the mask. I have no idea who this is. I love that sound so much. Like, way too much.
We've wandered very far. Watson, bring us back to the insignificant news.
All right.
Minutes.
All right. We've got Twitter is testing TikTok style reaction videos.
No.
You may remember they did this a few months ago. It's only been a few months since Twitter killed fleets, but the company is already experimenting with a new video format. The company is testing a new tweet take feature that allows users to share reaction videos alongside a quote tweet. With the test, Twitter users can opt to send a quote tweet with reaction instead of the typical retweet or quote tweet. These tweet takes, as the company is calling them, can either be a photo or a video, and the original tweet will be embedded as a card over top. The concept is similar to the feature in Twitter's short-lived Fleets feature, which enabled users to share tweets with their own community in a full-screen format. Fleets, of course, never really gained traction, and the company pulled the feature less than a month after its launch.
Hello, Internet. How do I delete somebody else's platform? Thank you.
This is yet again a case for the fucking Bernie meme of I am once again asking platforms to remain the platforms that they are.
Oh, God.
The fact that they just killed fleets. They just killed fleets for them to be like, but what if short form videos could work for us?
Oh, God. TikTok, stop trying to make fetch happen. All of them. Twitter. We're talking about. Oh, God. I'm done.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, it's just fleets, but actually on the timeline. And that was part of the problem of fleets, is that you sort of had to access it like Instagram stories, but no one is used to using Twitter in that way.
Yeah.
No one is used to accessing sort of ephemeral content on Twitter on a place that isn't just your feed. So like the functionality of it was very strange. It was asking users to really fundamentally change the way in which they interact with the platform. So of course it failed. And also it was called fucking fleets and everybody hated it. But like, will inserting reaction videos specifically, it's just reaction videos? We're just reacting?
Yeah, it's comment response videos. Twitter has comment response videos.
So it's, what's the other one? Clapper?
Yeah.
The one where it's just about yelling at people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How could this possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
How could Twitter, a notoriously toxic platform known for people dogpiling?
Let us consult the article. Of course, just as Twitter users raise concerns about whether fleets could be used to target people for harassment, tailored reaction videos also feels like the kind of feature that could be ripe for abuse. Quote tweets are already a major source of dunking and bullying, which Twitter has at times tried to discourage, so it's not difficult to imagine that these tweet takes could also become problematic. It's also not clear how big the initial experiment will be. Twitter often previews new ideas or features in the early stages, but not all make it past the testing phase.
I hate this so much.
I
have so many thoughts, but I feel fucking ancient even trying to express them.
You know what the problem?
Back in my day, I had one website with one password.
I want to go back and touch on that. Not the problem.
Go back.
This is not the problem, but it's one of the big problems on the internet. is that Facebook really wants to be the whole internet.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's why Meta is happening.
That's why all of these other platforms are probably doing this stuff, because they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, so like every other social media platform,
panicking.
when they're trying to compete with Facebook, are just trying, like, they think what they have to do is also be the whole internet. And like, you don't. Websites can be just for a thing, and then you can go to another website for a different thing. The internet is not a competition to see who can monopolize information.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be, and yet here we are.
No, it's just that every time I think about this is like, they're only going to pull it if, one, it's not successful, or two, something goes wrong. So I desperately hope that it's not successful.
Yeah.
Because something going wrong in this case could get very ugly. Like, shit is ugly on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Like, people are putting their real faces and names out there, and doing things like being a grown-ass adult and bullying an 18-year-old who is clearly going through a mental health crisis. Like, that is a real thing that is happening on the platform that only got shut down by that 18-year-old finally taking someone's advice and turning their account on private. Like, it's ugly. Twitter as a place is where you go to be mean. Like, I go to TikTok for a number of things, but like, Twitter is almost exclusively where you go to either have a long ass take that you need people to see or be mean. So I cannot imagine how bad it could get. It gives me anxiety thinking about it. Like, the number of like problems with TikTok,
It's
like problematic features they've introduced.
Yeah. This is a difficult thing too, is companies are forgetting that they're assuming that everyone is coming with the same set of values and morals that they have, and that they're here to do good and have a good time, not to just be terrible. Because I've had this conversation so many times in the past 20 years, I could just fucking scream. But they keep forgetting that, no, you cannot guarantee that your user in that chair is going to do the right thing. And as a matter of fact, especially in today's society, there are so many people that it's all they do is they hop online to be vile people, because they still do not empathize that they are actually talking to real people on the internet. I mean, it's such a hard disconnect.
There's sort of remnant of the idea of like, the early internet was going to be the thing that saved humanity. And that still hangs on in a lot of tech circles of like, I am doing the right thing. This is going to help save everyone. And they don't ever take the time to assume the worst, because every once in a while you have to.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I have made this point many times, but a big political problem we have in like conservative versus liberal, left versus right, whatever, fascism versus freedom. The early creators of the internet were techno-utopians. They believed the internet couldn't help but make us free. So there was no organized effort on the part of the early tech-savvy left to make the internet a space that cultivated political engagement that they supported. There was a shitload of investment from the alt-right, from the Klan, from neo-Nazis. There was a gang of bank robbers that would just go rob banks and then send the money to white supremacist groups so that they could buy equipment.
Yeah.
And a lot of them bought computers.
Yeah. So that they could do more.
So like, while people who believe in freedom and kindness and love and support of other people just figured the internet will sort everything out. The people who believe in hate and partisanship and destruction and genocide were working as hard as they can to make sure that the internet worked for them.
The YouTube video, How to Radicalize a Normie, like that was the first introduction I had to like all of that. It is just incredible and it's crazy. And I'm sitting here thinking like, no wonder they're starting to scream so hard that people who are on the other side are like trying to do that same kind of thing at this point, but in such a different way that they still don't understand, and they're still angry, so they're pushing even harder and going even more
that's
extreme.
The thing is, like, at this point it's gotten so, like, the idea of deliberate organizing on the internet is so deeply identified with the alt-right that a lot of progressive leftist or liberal people won't do it because they think using organizing tactics is the same as using fascism tactics.
Yep.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing. I love
So
these conversations.
The dark turn right at the end there. Hey, everybody, we're working really hard to be able to bring more stuff like this to you, to be able to we want to be able to put out a monthly news bulletin. We're working on maintaining ongoing updates about the state of the app and about like the likely success of your content, and that kind of stuff. It costs money to do. We really appreciate our contributors. Thank you, Argit, for posting the Patreon link. If you can support us, head over to patreon.com/TOCA. Everything helps. We've got guides on there for different levels based on your income and links to the MIT living wage calculator, which can help you get an idea of like where your budget is relative to like the living wage in your area, for guidelines on how much we don't want you to contribute more than is safe for you to contribute. But yeah, we really want to try and get more stuff going this year. I want to ask Cecilia again to go over the dates of those events that we've got coming up. I hope you kept that tab open. I should have told you to keep the tab open.
I did not, but I know what the dates are. But I don't know what content is happening on those dates. But it's going to be February. Know it? Nope. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. All
right.
Not going to be an idiot.
Okay, everybody can be distracted.
Yeah, we've got a series of talks with marginalized creators about the way that TikTok treats marginalized creators coming up in collaboration with Arizona State University. And we're paying our speakers. And that's one of the things that the Patreon money goes to, because we're a labor organization for content creators. We don't want to ask content creators to do free labor.
So it's going to be February 26th, Experiences on TikTok Black Creators. February 27th is going to be the panel for disabled creators. March 5th is going to be the panel for fat creators. And March 6th is going to be the panel for queer creators. And we're very excited about that.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to those. We will be pushing them every stream, and we'll also be making TikToks about them. We would love for y'all to give a signal boost for them, because we really want turnout to be good. And yeah, thanks everybody for coming. We will see you again on Thursday. Have a good night.
Good night, and good night, TikTok.